Hey everyone, Flawless here, aka Yain Lord. In this video, it's a different format, but I'm gonna be making a song and I want you guys to be here for the journey. And it's gonna be a predominantly different video comparing to a lot of the other ones. Like usually when I make a song, I don't show my face or anything. It's just mainly my song and that's it. But I wanna do things differently. I wanna take my channel to different directions when it comes to the musical aspects. Like I'd like to show how I do things, process of things, of my music, show things I do in the software and all that, and just have a good time, and then also make some music. So what we're gonna be doing this video is, hello, hey, you okay? Okay, so back to what I was saying. In this video, we're gonna be taking a wheel. We're gonna be making a wheel spin, a picker wheel, whatever. And on this wheel, we're gonna be having a lot of different animals, and we're gonna spin it. So whatever animal it lands on, we're gonna be making a song based off of that animal and the types of animals in that category. So like, for instance, let's say I spin the wheel and it lands on dolphin. If it lands on dolphin, I have to choose between different dolphins and make a song with those dolphin sounds. So I'm very excited. It's not a very specific video. I'm not trying to make a specific genre. I mean, later down the line, I like to get very, very specific on doing things like this. But right now, we're not going to get specific. We have to make a song with seal sounds. So now I have to do some research on different type of seals, and we're just gonna kind of gander like, you know, which ones sound fire, the most lit sounds of seals, and we'll make a song from that. So let's go ahead and look at different types. And it seems like the seals that we're going to be using for this specific song are harbor seals, crab eater seals, leopard seals, and the Weddle seal, which that one's like my favorite one. Like the way it sounds is so otherworldly, it's amazing. And the crab eater seals, oh my gosh, it's incredible. But yeah, I'm gonna let you hear the different type of seal sounds and let you know what I'll be doing with these sounds. I decided to name this song Seal Pill. I found it fitting for some reason, and catchy too. For the intro section of this song, I began with the crab eater sounds, because I felt these specific sounds brought like a energetic impact I was aiming for. Keep in mind, and to get this out of the way, the footage is very fast, and I'll do my best to explain the general emphasis on what's being played out. I'd like for you to just see how I do things, just observe. The factors resonating from a sound usually dictate how you'll be setting up your effect chain, which is like down here, which to me it's always good to expand and explore what new techniques you could find that'll be a great use for you later down the road. I didn't want to place so many of the crab eater roars, as doing so would drag out its charm. It's one of those sounds that should be used minimally and when necessary. Aside from that still sound, I went on to cue the harbor still sounds to gather an idea to drive the track past the intro phase. While scanning through, I found an interesting segment from it. I clipped it and spammed that sound forward. I added an additional layer and transfigured that I want to be on the low end spectrum to give it that, to give the harbor still sound a bit more bass that matches its ideal sound structure. The one above it has much more effects that drown out the bass of the sound, so that's why I added that other layer and did partial changes on the effect chain. Making the build. I couldn't find a solid path to create a melody from these still sounds for a good breakdown. I decided to jump straight into doing the build of the track. I think getting straight to the build felt fine, as it themed well with the aggressive opening. On top of this, I went back and added more atmospheric elements to the intro, which would bleed into the build. I colored all the effects green, and I like to place my effects at the bottom while keeping the drop in main sound segments in the middle. For the top of this musical sandwich, I placed the drum samples and colored them white. I did further modifications on the harbor still sound to make it pitch upwards, and did the same effect on a few other still sounds as well, which here I began to draft up the concept idea of the drop in my mind. From this point, I started preparing the drop. So I took the Weddle sounds, and like I said, this is the part where I wanted to make the Weddle still be the spotlight for the drop. So as soon as I found the perfect segment for it, I started making the drop, and things just kind of started clicking. And what sucks about this process here I'm showing is I'm really sorry. It's going to be very haphazard, but I stopped recording, went to work. After work, I finished a song, and I forgot to press record. I'm very sorry. So from this point, we're going to go ahead and just show the song and the final results.